All right, let's talk about money. For most of us, that word brings up a ton of stress, right? Confusion, maybe even a little bit of fear. But what if it didn't have to be that way? What if we could totally change our relationship with it? Imagine a way of thinking about earning, spending, and saving that leads to, well, actual freedom and happiness, not just a bigger bank account. Well, that's exactly what we're going to do today. We're breaking down a whole new roadmap for your financial life.
I mean, just listen to this from author Vicki Robin. It hits you, right? She's talking about a room where literally everyone was scared about money. You've got an 80-year-old millionaire and a 20-year-old deep in debt, and they're feeling the exact same fear. So right off the bat, let's get one thing straight. This isn't some personal failing on your part. This is an us problem. It's something we're all dealing with.
So, why is this fear so widespread? Well, it's because we're all playing a game, a financial game that can feel incredibly confusing and, well, terrifying. And if we want to change how we play that game, we first have to understand the hidden rules that are kind of stacked against us.
Okay, so where do we even begin to unpack this? A huge piece of the puzzle, it turns out, is in our own heads. It's our psychology. The way our brains are naturally wired can actually lead us straight into financial traps, and we don't even see it coming. But thankfully, the brilliant psychologist Daniel Kahneman, he put a name to it. He called it narrow framing, and it's exactly what it sounds like. We see one financial problem right in front of our face, and we pour all our energy into solving just that one thing. We completely forget to step back and look at the whole picture. Think about it. It's like trying to get across a huge city, but instead of looking at a map, you're just staring at the one street sign right in front of you. You're never going to get where you want to go that way. And this is where you can really see the difference, right? On one side, you have that narrow view, which is totally reactive. Kahneman's classic example is just perfect. You're putting money into a savings account earning what, 1% interest, while at the same time you're carrying a credit card balance that's costing you 20% interest. It's completely illogical when you look at your finances as one big pot. But the broad view, that's different. It's about setting a life policy. It's developing that you win a few, you lose a few mentality, so you're not on an emotional roller coaster with every little market fluctuation.
Okay, so we get it. The problem is real, it's universal, and it's wired into our brains. So what now? How do we actually get out of this trap? Well, here's the good news. There is a clear path. Vicki Robin lays out this fantastic 4-step framework that can guide us toward real financial independence. And the very first layer, before you even think about a spreadsheet or a budget, is all in your head. It's a mindset shift. It's about declaring your own financial sovereignty. Basically, you have to realize that you are in charge. You're not just a little pawn being pushed around by the economy or your job or all those ads telling you that you absolutely need the next new thing. No, you are the one in control, and the economy is a tool for you to use. Getting that right, that is the foundation for everything that comes next.
So once you've got that sovereign mindset locked in, here's the plan. These are the 4 practical steps. Step 1, free your mind. You have to consciously break up with that consumer culture that is always screaming more, more, more at you. Step 2, get out of debt. And the biggest part of that is so simple but so hard, just stop digging the hole deeper. Stop taking on new debt. Step 3, build your safety net. We're talking about 6 months of living expenses sitting in an account you can get to easily. This is your Life Happens Fund. And finally, step 4, once you've got all that handled and you have extra, you start investing it to create income. That's it. That's the roadmap. Okay, this next part is maybe my favorite because it's so counterintuitive. We always focus on earning and saving, right? But what about spending? It turns out that how you spend your money is a huge, huge driver of happiness. And yeah, most of us are getting it totally wrong. Yeah, check this out. This comes from the work of psychologist Michael Norton, and it's kind of mind-blowing. He found that when people spend more money on stuff for themselves, their happiness level doesn't budge. It's a totally flat line. Buying more things doesn't make you sadder, sure, but it absolutely does not make you happier. We are pouring all this money and energy into something that gives us basically zero return on happiness. Think about that. So if buying stuff is a dead end for happiness, what's the alternative? Experiences. And why do they work so much better? It's simple, really. They're usually social. You go on a trip with someone, you see a show with friends, you have a meal with your family. You're connecting with other humans, and that connection is what creates real, lasting joy. Buying a new gadget is often something you do alone, and you end up alone with your gadget. But spending on experiences, that's an investment in memories. It's an investment in your relationships.
All right, this is all great for us to learn as adults, but what about our kids? How do we stop this cycle of fear and bad habits from just repeating itself with the next generation?
It all comes down to breaking the silence and changing the way we talk or don't talk to our kids about money.
I mean, look at this number from author Bruce Feiler. It's just staggering. 80%. 80% of kids get to college having never had a real conversation with their parents about money. We just send them out into this incredibly complex financial world completely unprepared. We think we're protecting them from worry, but what we're actually doing is saddling them with the heavy burden of ignorance.
So, what can we do? Filer gives us 3 really simple, powerful rules. Number 1, show them the money. Just talk about it. Openly, age-appropriately, of course, but talk. Number 2, limit money's influence by separating chores from allowance. Chores are about being part of the family team. Allowance is a teaching tool for how money works. And number 3, and this is the one that's toughest for us parents, you have to let them make mistakes.
And this quote, this one's from Warren Buffett's banker, of all people. It just says it all perfectly. It is so much better for your kid to make a mistake with a $6 allowance than with a $60,000 salary or a $6 million inheritance, right? Let them buy the cheap toy that breaks immediately. Let them spend all their money and have none left for the thing they really wanted. That lesson, when the stakes are that low, is worth more than any lecture you could ever give.
So when you put it all together, what we're really talking about is throwing out the old, broken roadmap and adopting a new one. The old map was all about one thing: growth is good, more is better. And it just leads to this cycle of endless consumption. But the new roadmap, it's built around one beautiful, powerful idea: enough. And enough isn't about scarcity or limitation. No, it's a vibrant, amazing place to be. It's having exactly what you need to live a life you truly love, and nothing more. It's choosing awareness over just more. And really, that brings us to the final and most important question. This whole journey isn't really about maximizing your net worth. It's about defining what a truly rich life looks like for you. So I'll just leave you with this to think about. In your one wild and precious life, what is enough?